Have y'all been watching Dark Matter on Apple TV? Because it is a perfect explanation of how manifestation works, and I'm blown at how well they weaved it into the storyline. Let's talk about it. So, Dark Matter is a show about a guy who is a quantum scientist who gets abducted and taken into a parallel universe, aka an alternate version of his own reality, where it's his life and him, but completely different, and basically what his life would have been like if he had made some different choices. Now, in one of those worlds, he's like this crazy scientist who figured out a box that lets you jump from all your different parallel universes, right? Now, here's where it gets into manifesting, and it's freaking genius. The way the box works is, it takes you into this long corridor, or what you think is a hallway, infinite hallway, that has an infinite number of doors, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of doors, right? Probably thousands of doors. Each of those doors are to an alternate reality or a parallel universe, aka your life, but different. Now, in the show, they have to figure out how the corridor works so they can get back to their original version of reality. Here's where it gets really cool. They figure out that when you open the doors, whatever version of reality you get is based on not only your thoughts, but how you feel. So they open some doors, like the whole world is totally snowed over. They opened one door, like Earth was totally scorched and there was like no humans left. They went into one where there was like a COVID type virus who had like killed everybody off and everyone was in quarantine. Now, here's what they figured out. Because once he figured out like, okay, whatever I'm thinking about is then like the door I open, he tried to like meditate and say affirmations like, I feel safe, I feel warm, there's food in this reality, blah, blah, blah. So he like tries this, opens the door, and it's like flooded with water. After they figure out how to get the door closed, the person he's with goes, okay, but if you were thinking happy thoughts, how did this not work? How did you feel when you were opening the door? And he was like, I felt overwhelmed. Overwhelmed. Flood, right? So basically what he says is, you can't lie to yourself because the box or these alternate realities are responding to how you feel, not what you say out loud. That is literally how manifesting works. We get to create different versions of our life, aka hop timelines, aka, scoot over into parallel universes or quantum leap, based on not just our dominant thoughts, but how we feel. And this fucks people up in manifestation all the time because they're listing off all of their affirmations. You're doing all the writing down, 369 method, which by the way, they also talked about that they were like, when you write down how you want the world to be, you can't think about anything else, and it forces your emotions to get in line. So therefore, in the show, when they would write down how they wanted the next door to be when they open it, it would be like that. This is how manifestation works, but the key here is your emotions. And most people miss this. All spiritual life coaches will tell you, oh, you need to visualize, you need to write it down, even tell you to say it out loud. But what they aren't telling you is your subconscious, your emotions are your vibration. You hear vibration all the time. You never hear vibration equals emotion. Monitor your emotions, because how you feel is what you're manifesting, not what you say. So drop down in the comments. Let me know what you think about that. And as always, Auntie loves you.